So we got 3 massive rumors from the NIO owner with 23 NIOs. And I was just there at the service center and he was also there. We talked for over an hour about all these rumors, the implications they have. Absolutely mind-blowing. And the NIO manager was also there talking about some of these rumors as well. And it's sort of not exactly rumors because it comes from information way up top. They have their own secret group, like a secret NIO secrets group, basically, and it's basically the CEOs inside. A lot of these EP club members, guys with multiple NIOs that are good pals with the CEO, they're in that chat group and they have some information that perhaps not even most NIO employees know about. So there's 3 massive rumors that we're going to talk about right now. But first, make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell, like this video. It really helps me out a lot. And check out some of our merch. It definitely helps the channel. And also, our podcast channel is up as well. Go check that out. So rumor number 1, all right, is the fact that there are going to be battery price adjustments. Okay, and there's space for battery price adjustments. The reason they're not doing it yet is because they're worried about sort of, in the sense, betraying existing NIO owners that paid full price for the battery. And they're thinking about pulling the price of the battery down and also subscription pricing of that price down as well. So there's a very high chance that they're going to do that. And that will essentially act as almost like a price cut, but it's only for the battery. The vehicle price is still the same, okay? And that obviously is going to help with sales, no question about that. Rumor number 2, this is pretty insane. They are actually going to remove some vehicle models. You heard me right. So NIO has quite a few vehicle models and they're going to remove some apparently. And I was absolutely blown away when I heard him say this. But it's more likely, well, it's not going to happen like right away. It's going to happen gradually as time progresses. But they are going to remove some of the lower entry, cheaper NIOs to make room for the sub-brand so that the sub-brand can extend the price upwards. So essentially, the ET5 and those kind of cars will become part of the sub-brand car. And then NIO will be primarily for the luxury, more expensive, opulent vehicles, which is very interesting. And he also told me that the ES7 is 80% chance going to be canceled. The ES7 going to be removed because he said that what they're going to do is make a 6-seater version and a 7-seater version of the ES8, and that essentially removes the need for the ES7. Of course, this really makes sense because for the longest time ever, we've all been complaining that NIO has too many models that don't sell. So I was quite worried. I was thinking, damn, I was thinking about getting the EC7 a few years down the line, but he told me the EC7 is actually going to stay there. But apparently, so this is way out, all right, not anytime soon, but 5 and 6, so ET5 and then ES6, those kind of cars may be straight out put into the sub-brand, all right, and 7 and above will be NIOs. So they're going to keep the ET7, something like that. The EC7, yes. And then everything else is just 8, 9, like going upwards. And then everything down is going to be put in the sub-brand. And that was pretty mind-blowing to think about. Wow, crazy. But that does mean that you're not going to have that much price overlap. It's going to be much more spread out. So you got cars for each price category that really suits that consumer, which I think is a decent strategy going forward. The other rumor, which he told me, the ET9. Okay, the ET9 was just announced. He's actually pre-ordering the car as well, but he said the chances of him buying the car is 50-50. The reason is he doesn't have a dedicated driver, even though he has a ton of NIOs. he drives them himself, and he said with that car, if you're the driver, it's kind of a wasteful situation because the back seats are really what you want to be sitting in. So if he had a driver, 100% he's going to get the ET9. But since he drives most of the time, nobody really gets to sit in the back seats. He wants to sit in the back seats, but it's probably like his wife and kids. So, if that's the situation, then you might still go with something more practical like the ES8, which he already has. So he's really on the fence about this. But he told me something pretty incredible, and that is the fact that NIOs are actually already capable of L3, and the reasoning they're not calling the current vehicle ET9 NT 3.0 is because 3.0 is supposed to be L3, and they're going to announce that all together in a big surprise event to let people know that this is L3 and just make it a big buzz around all this whole situation. And then another unrelated, but it's happening right now, is the fact that right now you can buy NIO Pilot monthly. Go with a monthly subscription for $380 per month. I talked about this in our podcast. I got the pricing wrong. I said it was around 100 something, but it's $380 per month for subscribing to NIO Pilot on the first gen NIOs, and you can actually get 1 month free if you subscribe 1 month. And there's a lot of hate within Gen 1 NIO owners, especially those that bought the full NIO Pilot package, and they spend around 39,000 RMB. So and some people, they bought full NIO Pilot using financing. So they pay monthly to finance the NIO Pilot, and the monthly fees are higher than the subscription fees. And a lot of people are just mad about that. But we talked about this with the NIO owner of 23 NIOs. He said, you got to think about it the other way. By buying NIO Pilot for first gen NIO owners, you get 10 years of free NOP plus for second gen NIOs, and even third gen NIOs. Of course, it's going to roll over. So in the future, if you buy another NIO, it's going to really help out, and it's definitely worth double the value by buying it, right? Then that's the other way of thinking about it. But if you don't buy another NIO in the future, then of course it might not be that worth it to buy the full package. So there's both sides of the argument, but NIO did actually give that big incentive of offering the free NOP plus for 10 years for second gen and third gen NIO. So it's, in the end, it's how you think about it. So it's actually worth it. But there's so much hate right now about this whole backstabbing first gen NIO owners and always trying to milk first gen NIO owners. And people are always saying 割韭菜, which is the term they use for rug pull. Yeah, the rug pull, and then try to get some more money off of first gen NIO owners. And look, I think it's a good move. I think NIO should do stuff like this. And who cares about us first gen NIO owners? I mean, like, at the end of the day, this is a good thing. And NIO did offer like 10 years of free NOP plus. What more can you ask? That's the current drama with NIO right now in China. Lots of drama. But of course, I got more drama and more interesting things in terms of marketing, but that's going to be in a future video. So, what do you think about all these rumors, especially removing some of the vehicle models? I think that's very, very interesting. That blew my mind away. The 5 Series and 6 Series, putting that essentially in the sub-brand, very interesting. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.